welcome to On the Issues. I'm Phoenix Councilwoman Williams. Today we're at Tres Rios and we are talking to Kathryn Sorensen, who is our head of our water department. We talk a lot about water, but this is a project that is very, very special. And Kathryn serves in a very non-traditional role for women. Welcome to the show, Kathryn.
Thank you for having me. I'm thrilled to be here, especially in this lovely setting this morning.
This is fantastic. This is gorgeous. How did you get into water?
You know, I grew up here in Arizona, hiking, camping, fishing this beautiful state. And growing up here, you just realize that one of our most precious resources is water. So it fascinated me from an early age.
It's amazing. I mean, you don't see that very often.
Right.
And it is a pleasure to have you. You do such a terrific job.
Thank you.
But I want to talk a little bit about this project.
Yeah.
How did it get started, you know?
Right. So we needed some additional treatment of our effluent that comes out of the 91st Avenue wastewater treatment plant. And you kind of have two options. You could build something very traditional, concrete, mortar, use a lot of chemicals, or you could go with something more natural and use a natural wetlands to help polish and clean the water. We opted for what I think is the better choice, which is to use the reconstructed wetlands to really polish and clean the water instead of using more traditional methods.
It's beautiful, and to think it's so functional. I mean, there's a real purpose behind it is terrific.
Right.
So, how long does it stay in the pond?
So the water here stays in the ponds for between 2 and 8 days. And really we use the reconstructed wetlands to help further treat the water, purify it, before it goes out for beneficial reuse. And the water from the 91st Avenue wastewater treatment plant, basically all of it gets beneficially reused. Most of it goes for cooling purposes at the Arizona nuclear power plant. Not a lot of people understand that, but it's a really cool nexus between water and power. And then another large portion of it goes for irrigating non-food crops here locally, which is really cool as well. The other thing that's kind of neat about this facility that people don't always realize is that we're actually also able to recycle the solids from the treatment process, and that also gets used locally on non-food crops here in Maricopa County. So that's kind of, I know, it's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, that really is.
So it's
cool.
all about reduce, reuse, recycle here.
I think it is so neat that you, instead of chemicals, you're using plants to cover this. I mean, it's gorgeous. And the birds, I hear this is becoming popular.
So this is a really popular area for birders. To enter the facility, we do need people to make contact with us first so that we know that you're out here. But there's an amazing array of birds, animals, bobcats, coyotes, beavers. It's a really great place, and a lot of wildlife photographers come out here to enjoy it.
Oh, I can believe it. On the way driving in here, we saw the coyote.
We saw a coyote, yes.
And all kinds of birds.
Yes.
I mean, it's not only gorgeous, but it's fun.
Yeah.
So can the public come here?
They can. They just need to make contact with through the department first and get a permit so that we know you're out here to make sure that you're safe.
Well, I'm going back to women in the water department.
Yeah.
Do you have other women in that department?
So we do. I've been in the industry for about 15 years, and I've noticed a big change in the 15 years that I've been here. When I first started, there were not that many women, as you can imagine, but more and more we see women coming into those roles, particularly in engineering, which I think is really great. So for example, right now, we have female deputies over both our water and wastewater engineering, and that's just really great to see.
Do you have chemists?
We do. We have a lot of female chemists. We have females working throughout the department. In basically every role that you can imagine, we've got a woman there.
I always want people to know that happen to watch this show that there are so many employment opportunities that you wouldn't think about at the city.
You know, it's interesting. People grow up wanting to be firemen and policemen, right? And they don't always think about the water department, but it's a fascinating job, great career opportunities. It's something I would really encourage both men and women to pursue. It's a great career.
Well, I think it's marvelous that you're where you're at, and I know that your leadership, you encourage women to come and apply and be part of your team.
I hope so, yes.
Well, thank you for coming out here and showing us this today. But I have one final question. Where's the water go after it's down this beautiful rapids?
Right, it's gorgeous, isn't it? So this water will eventually end up in the Buckeye Irrigation District, and they will use it for agriculture here in the valley that helps supply families here in our community.
So no water goes to waste.
No water goes to waste. We're a desert city, we know the value of our water, so we reuse all of it.
Is this unique?
It's very unique. So the Tres Rios Wetlands is one of the largest reconstructed wetlands in the United States.
And I'm sure everybody wants to know, how did we pay for it?
We paid for it through our water rates and through a partnership with the Corps of Engineers.
I thought the Corps of Engineers was very heavily involved in this.
They were.
So, well, I congratulate you on this project.
Thank you.
Gorgeous.
What would you do if you saw a dog, a cat, or a horse that looked like this? Animal cruelty and neglect is a crime that needs to be reported.
I'm Councilwoman Williams, here with my rescued pets, Henry and Cheyenne.
And I'm Councilman Michael Nowakowski, asking for your help.
If you ever suspect animal cruelty, call Crime Stop, the Arizona Humane Society, or the Sheriff's Office.
Animal cruelty is a crime.
And together we could stop it.
Every day, we go about our lives driven by routine. Our vision is clouded by the very normalcy we take for granted. Countless victims of human trafficking walk among us, invisible, until now. The Blue Campaign provides a unified voice for those who combat human trafficking. Whether it's forced labor, domestic servitude, or the sex trade, it's time to open our eyes. Learn what you can do to help by visiting dhs.gov/bluecampaign.
Well, Kathryn, we started at the end, and now
Right.
we're at the beginning.
Right.
And I can't believe these are called morning glories.
Right, these are our morning glories. This is where the water first comes into the wetlands from the 91st Avenue wastewater treatment plant. They're quite the sight to see.
They
So
are.
this is where it all begins. The water comes from 91st Avenue and it flows through the wetlands about 2 to 8 days, helps clarify, purify the water, and then the water goes on its way either to irrigated agriculture or for cooling purposes at the nuclear power plant.
I can't believe 50 to 70,000 gallons of water go through here.
An
a
amazing
day.
amount of water goes through here every day. You know, keep in mind that the 91st Avenue wastewater treatment plant is one of the largest wastewater treatment plants in the country. It's an enormous facility, and the wetlands reflect that.
Absolutely. I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
So I want to know, how many opportunities are there for women in your department?
So we have opportunities for women and for men, of course, in just about every aspect of our wastewater operations and our water operations as well. And the great part about working for us is that you get to work at great places like this. So yeah, we encourage people to take a look at our opportunities and please apply.
And where do they go to find those opportunities?
Phoenix.gov. You can
Great.
find all of our job opportunities there.
I am so excited and so thankful that you agreed to come with me and make this tour happen.
It's my pleasure.
So, and you do a fantastic job, and we want
Thank you.
women to come get employed in the city of Phoenix in the water department. We need you.
That's right, we do.
Hey, look at all the fish they're catching.
Girls can't fish. How'd you do that?
Well, we developed this app that creates an algorithm for weather forecasting, atmospheric pressure, water temperature, and best feeding times for fish.
You did that all yourself?
Yep, bucket full of fish every time. Do you want to show you how?
Yeah. No.
Oh, I got another one.
Science, technology, engineering, math, girls in STEM. It's the new norm. We can help.
My friends and I want to help make sure everyone is safe and enjoying the water this summer.
Every year we answer dozens of calls involving water-related incidents that may have been avoided had the victims received some basic instruction.
All non-swimmers should wear a life jacket anytime they are around water. With just the basic skills learned in the city's entry-level lessons, children will be able to have a fun and safe time around water.
Be a star! Take swim lessons!
There's a big bush habitat restoration. Historically, this area was all wetlands, marsh, way back when, before the Europeans came in. Now, we're giving back a little piece of that. It creates kind of a centerpiece out here, protects the neighborhood, does water quality. It's got all these functions that all kind of synergist into one.
It's amazing. One, how large it is. Well, how large is it, come to think of it?
When you look at the whole facility, because there's land associated with it, you're at about 500 acres of wetlands.
Wow.
It's huge.
It appears to be huge, but I thought maybe it was just, I'm throwing in circles, but I mean, it's fascinating. It provides such a purpose, multiple purposes. Not only cleans our water, but provides an area like this.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing how many kinds of birds I've seen.
Yeah, our last species count, they do species counts like 3 or 4 times a year, and our last one was during Christmas. I think we're up to about 120 different species of birds here, which is just phenomenal.
It is.
We had an unofficial one last week from the Audubon Society, and just in the wetlands alone, they found 85 species inside the wetlands. So that's not including out on the landmass, just inside the wetlands.
That's a tremendous amount. I would think you could perhaps even have more in the summer. I mean, I'm sure migrations happen.
Yeah, it's in the fall and spring where we really see some heavy counts. But what we're noticing is a lot of birds now they've come out here and they're like, hey, this is awesome. It's like the field of dreams. You build it, they will come.
I saw the flock of pelicans.
Yes,
pelicans in Phoenix, Arizona. Amazing.
At first it was like a group of pelicans. Now it's like the pelican armada. They're huge.
How long does it take to get it like this place? How many years? From the first idea to actually having what we have today?
We're sitting at about 25 years. It all started out, there was a grad student in ASU that was developing an interlock system that would allow a boat to come all the way up from the Sea of Cortez to Tempe. Well, Tempe actually did kind of that thing. But that's what started it all off, and these are kind of offshoots of that original idea.
Amazing.
Yeah, it really is,
Are there very many of these in the country?
Well, we are pretty unique. We actually in the state, there's a couple wetlands here and there, but to find a wetlands in an arid environment, we've been writing the book on everything because, obviously water doesn't normally occur out in the desert. So we get some really neat things showing up, but operations, I've had to learn a lot in 20 years, Yeah.
Well, you've done well. This is fantastic. It is so unique. It is so beautiful. That's all the time we have for this month's On the Issues. If you have any questions or comments about this show, call my office, 602-262-7444, or visit my website at phoenix.gov/District 1. We'll see you next time on The Issues.